Get a trade. Get a trade, would you? Get a trade. That's what they tell you, right? When you're, I don't know, that's what they told me when I was younger, when you're a teenager in school and stuff. Get a trade and you'll always have a job, they said. Well, they're right. I mean, you will always have a job if you get a trade. And it's a good thing, too, because you're going to have to work that job till you're dead. I'm in my mid-50s now. I'm still doing it. You're still going to be doing it. And who tells you to do that? Right? When you're young, get a trade. Who tells you to do that? Are they in a trade? No, they're not. Are they? Are they? No, they're not. They're sitting there in an office in a desk somewhere telling you to get a trade. Turn your hobby into a job and you'll always be happy. That's not a laughter of happiness. Let's talk about why you shouldn't. Really, why you shouldn't. You shouldn't. Don't do it. I mean, maybe you're old enough now that you're watching this that, yeah, you got a trade, and if you don't agree with me, you're in denial. Because, I mean, it's no good. I don't know anybody. I mean, I know a lot of people. Everybody I know is in a trade of some sort. Mechanics, bodymen, electricians, plumbers, welders especially, carpenters, house builders, blah, blah, blah. You name it. I know somebody who does it. And I'll tell you something else too. Every one of them, nobody over the age of 40 doesn't have health problems due to it that, I mean, you don't really regret it, but I mean, they're health problems due to what you've done your whole stinking life. Like this, what I do here, I mean, it's not labor-intensive hard work. I mean, I'm not busting rocks and I'm not digging ditches, but it's hard on your body, on your old boudoir. It ain't easy. It's up and down and up and down and up and down. I mean, right now as I'm walking around here, I'm limping. So why am I limping? I have a compressed tendon, I guess, in my heel from being on goddamn cement floors for the last 40 years of my life. So I limp on this foot for a while, a few days now, almost a week. Then this foot starts to get sore because it's taking all the weight because I'm limping on this foot. But can I go in the house and kick up for a week like the doctor says? Well, no, yeah, I can't. I mean, is the doctor going to come and pay my rent for me? Is the doctor going to buy me beer and put in the fridge? No, he's not. So that's not really much of an option. You got to keep going. And I don't have a desk job where I can sit there and kick my feet up and play on the internet or Facebook or whatever the hell people with desk jobs do all day long. So there. What do you think of that? Like I said, you will always have work, but I don't know. I mean, Jesus, just about everybody always has work, don't they? Everybody's got to work. So, another thing about getting a trade. You're going to have to work every damn day for at least 10 or 12 years before you make any kind of money whatsoever. See, they don't tell you that when they tell you to get a trade. They'll tell you that modern day mechanics, bodymen, plumbers, oh, these guys, they all make 100 grand a year they make. Well, sure, maybe they do. Are those guys 22 years old and they had their job for a year and a half? No. That guy makes 10 bucks an hour and he makes 40 grand a year. You know how long he's going to make that for? Probably about another 15 years before you make anything. It takes a lot of experience and a lot of time. And the way that you're going to make money in a trade is when you learn they're not shortcuts, but when you learn the more, what are you learning? You're learning the better route. I don't know, I didn't write a script for this stinking video. You learn a more efficient path to get the job done. That's what you learn. You learn to be efficient, to work efficiently. And it's through working efficiently that you make money. I mean, if you're flat rate, I worked flat rate just about my whole life in this trade doing collision. So when you work flat rate and you work more efficiently, well, you can overlap jobs, right? You can take a couple of jobs on at a time. And while something's happening with that one, you can go over here and work on this one. And then when it comes time to tag the jobs, to collect the money for the jobs, well, you've done, 3 different jobs in the span that you could have done one and just sat around waiting for shit to happen. So, that's the kind of stuff that you learn in a trade. That doesn't do nothing for me now that I'm doing this, but, another thing in a trade is all that work that you're doing. Who are you making money for? You're making money, well actually you're probably making money for somebody else who's done all that already for 20 years and found an avenue to put themselves in a building where they can employ a bunch of clowns that are the same as they were 15 years ago that need a job. So now you're making them money. I got tired of making them money. And you know, I mean, I bought a place and I've got a building on the place. So I mean, I might as well, if you can do it, you might as well do something for yourself. Doesn't give me my health back though, does it? And I'm not talking about being fat. Me being fat has nothing to do with my trade. I'm talking about my elbows, my shoulders, my knees, my buggered up legs, my ankles. I'm talking about using your body all day long. Don't do it. Cut it out. If you got kids that want to get into a trade, don't let them. There's got to be another way. Get into politics. I mean, get in, like in Alberta here where I'm at, I should have got into the oil patch. I would have been at least smart enough to not have wound up being a 43, 47, 52-year-old swamper if I'd have got into the oil patch, because for me, that's what it boiled down to. When I was, I don't know, how old was I? I was probably barely 20. And I was waiting for a phone call. It was either a body shop that was going to phone me to come to work for them, or it was a trucking company in the oil patch that was going to phone me. Whoever phoned me first, that's where I was going. I was either going to go be a swamper on a truck in the rigs, or I was going to go work on cars. And growing up, my dad was a mechanic, my brother was a mechanic, and I believe at that time my other brother, I don't know if he worked in a body shop, but he had taken it, he had done it a whole bunch. So I kind of already was corrupted in wanting to work on cars. So I was leaning that way, but I would have went to work for the trucking company, and I'd probably be in a different place right now had I done that. And they did phone me, but they phoned me after the body shop. So I went to work in a body shop. Look at me now. I know I'm a big hero, weren't I? Why else shouldn't you work in a trade? Oh, beside the joints and stuff on your health, so my trade, I suck fumes all the time. It's just part of the business. You can wear, and it's not just the painting. I've worked with bodymen in the past that think that they're so smart because they didn't want to get into the painting because they didn't want to breathe the paint fumes all the time. Well, you wear a mask, don't you, stupid? And none of them like to hear that your body fillers, and I mean nowadays your seam sealers and stuff, they're all catalyzed. All that stuff, especially the body fillers, I mean, it's been tested with however the hell they test for isocyanates, you know, the gases that the products are giving off. But body fillers and stuff, they give off more isocyanates than clear coat does on a paint job as it's curing. So, are you that smart? No, you're not. You think you are, but you ain't. Me neither. So yeah, and like I said, I know welders, they got the carpet tuner, whatever the hell you call that, in your wrist and in your hand, you know, where after welding for a while, they can't straighten their hand up. What is that? Carpet, whatever the hell that is. I mean, I get it too in my fingers if I'm doing a lot of spraying. I also get it from when you're using the machines in this business, the sanders and stuff. Well, they shake, they're always shaking you, and they kind of, the vibration keeps the circulation from getting into your hands. Well, that causes you problems later in life. No, doesn't it? It's hard on you. It's stupid. And you don't get compensation for how hard it is on you. You know? Does it sound like I'm whining yet? Well, I'm not really, but I kind of am, I suppose. What else? I mean, what's the benefit to it? They're hard to find. I suppose in what I do, the benefit to it is once I get done something like this, I can have a look at it, at the finished product, you know, whatever, and I can be proud that it looks nice, and other people are going to walk by it and go, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, diddy-wop, whoop-de-doo. That and $5 will get you a cup of coffee, right? That's where it's at nowadays. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, don't let them. Don't do it. And if you're later on in life and you're looking at repurposing yourself, don't lean towards a trade. I know of, over the years, how many? I know of at least 2, probably at least maybe 3 tool salesmen, you know, the Snap-on tools, the Mac tools and stuff, the guys that drive the big truck and they come around shop to shop to shop and try to sign you up for shit. I know of at least 3 of them that have multiple tickets in trades. In Canada, it's an apprenticeship program, right? So you go through a set number of years of schooling, set of hours of schooling, and that's coupled with a set amount of hours in the workplace, in a shop, doing hands-on labor. The combination of those hours and the years of schooling, then you get a ticket. You get, a ticket here. I can show you what it looks like here. Oh, it's got something on. So here's what you get in Alberta. So it's my journeyman certificate. That red seal means that this is recognized from province to province to province all over Canada. If you don't have that red seal and that's not on there, then this ticket, it don't mean shit in British Columbia or Saskatchewan or another province. So that's what you wind up getting for all that. And you make $5 an hour until you get one of those. And then once you get one of those, well, whoop-de-doo, now you make $7.35 an hour. Hot diggity damn. You know what I'm saying? So, oh gosh. I hope this doesn't go south in front of you. This is kind of a handy gizmo, this thing, but in the same respect, this could swallow me up in a hurry. You know? It's kind of heavy. Going down. There we go. I was going to, I said in my last video that I was going to do a whole video while I was doing all this shit, putting on the rocker panel and the cab corner and stuff. But like I said, I've been hobbling around here for the last week, and it doesn't make for, hey fatty cakes, it doesn't make for good production, and it doesn't make for good attitude while I'm filming. Right, fatty cakes? Come here. Oh! See, oh, hey, hang on a second now, she scooped you. Well, look at that, let go of that, would you? She's got you. Can you still hear me? See, this is the life. All she does is just wanders around waiting for me to put food in her dish, right? And then you go crap in a box full of gravel. That's fatty cakes. Here, let me put you back on here. So, yeah, I guess that's probably it. Pretty rosy video, hey? There's your reasons. Did I say I'd give 5 reasons, 3 reasons, 10 reasons to not get into a trade? I think I gave you enough. I don't know how many I gave you, but I think it was enough. I wouldn't do it. I don't know how people who have been in a trade that do not sport all the physical ailments that everybody else I don't know how they managed it. Because I have met a few people that seem all right. Physically, you know, they don't got the, well, I better grind that out before I hang the doors. They don't, you know, they don't limp, they can raise their arms, you know, over their head. I know guys that can't even raise their arms that high because their shoulders are all bitched up from what they did to pay their rent all those years. So, I don't know, I'm just rambling now. So I guess I'll probably just leave it there. So, yeah, that's my message. If you don't have to get into a trade to make a living, don't.